Uh, uh, uh. Uh. Hey, Pooper Stars. Ow. It's your girl, Shay Renee, and I want to welcome everybody back to my channel, back to a new show, back to a new episode. Let's do it. Lord, I said, Lord, I'm just so hyped. Not really, but really, but really, like that, that's what it's giving. Um, mm, yeah, truth is, I don't know. You know how some mornings is extra, you know, like an extra pump of caramel in your coffee, or an extra pep in your step, or you might have put a little something extra on your breakfast plate. You might did something extra to your look this morning. You had a little bit more time. It just that sums it up. I said, baby, that's basically going to sum it up. Okay. So shout out to that. I just feel extra, this morning. Um, oh, what not? It's like it's giving Jade and Ivy a little bit, like, okay, God, I feel you, um, type ish, right? And shout out to that. Shout out to God too. He holds us down, okay? Period. And it's just always a blessing to, really, 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 really like feel that, and feel his presence a little bit and stuff like that. So I don't know. But this morning is one of the mornings that's been like kind of extra for me. And I always want to talk to y'all about that, but I just always like, I don't know, I just stop myself, if that makes sense. But like, no, am I the only one? Am I the only one where like, some mornings you just feel like shouting and praising and you know, but like every day doesn't feel like that. It's just like some mornings out of the blue, you know. But anyway, it's something that I experience all the time. So shout out to that. And like, say yeah. That's what's going on this morning. So shout out to that. Shout out to that. But anyway, Pooper Stars, what's going on with y'all? I hope everybody is in a good mood. I hope everybody, got everything intact, you know, or whatnot. Uh, Today is a blessing. And I said, look at God. He didn't do even an extra blessing. Okay, yeah. Shout out to that. He didn't do an extra blessing. Okay, because I'm live. Okay, shout out to that. I'm in the building. Mm. Ah. That's just what that is. So yeah, say yeah. Shout out to my bestie, my Lord, don't cry. Um, for making it happen. It just is what it is. Yeah. Say yeah. But anyway, yes, y'all. I say yes, yeah. Mm, mm, It's always good, when it just is what it is. Because You just can't have it the same, you just can't have it the same. And I'm the type of person I'd be like bargaining, God, why? God, why? Yesterday was amazing. Can we run it back? Like, oh Lord. But anyway, um, it's your girl Shay Renee, and I'm in the building, y'all. I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Eight topics that we're gonna get into this morning. But before we get into them, let me place you on a brief hold. I'll be right back. Y'all scoot up. Hit the like button. I'm in the building. And okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm back. Hold on. So, there's something on my mind. Okay, y'all. So just real quick. Sometimes when I'm talking to y'all, I hate when I don't say everything I want to say. Do y'all do that? I do that. And it's just a little annoying. Just a little on the annoying side. It ain't too bad. But like, yeah, nah, I hate when I do that. I really do. Um, like for instance, I know I was talking to y'all about Tasha K recently, right? And I wanted to tell y'all when I was talking to y'all about Tasha K that like I think that's why, Tasha got into the comedy thing. Mhm, mhm. Truth is because I think comedians are the only people that are safe, okay, from a lot of things that, they say. It just is what it is. Comedians, they get to pull it off. So that's why I think Tasha K did the comedy thing, y'all. And it's crazy because I wanted to tell y'all that. Another thing too, yesterday when I was talking to y'all about the young man Jaden who has, lost his job over at the Chicago Bulls, um, which is so hard to give my opinion on that. It is. Um, but I listen because I feel two ways. I told y'all that yesterday too. I hope I did, but I don't think I made it clear with y'all yesterday. But anyway, when I was talking to y'all about the young man Jaden yesterday, I wanted to tell y'all that comedians is the only people that that can say stuff and get away with it, okay? Okay. It just is what it is. So like, hold on. Let me think. I'm trying to think. I cannot remember. I can't even remember, but it seemed like I wanted to recommend I want to recommend somebody get in comedy, but I can't even remember now. It's just, oh, it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. It's annoying. But that's why I'm telling y'all. That's why when I started out, started out by saying that, like, yeah, it's so annoying when I don't. Cause it's one thing where like you was talking about something, and then you think about something later, and it's like, oh, okay. You know, you think about something else you could have said. That's different. No, I be leaving out stuff that I meant to say. That is annoying. But it's all good. But yeah, no. Truth is, we living in a time where, hey, you can't. But I think it's always been that way. Truth is, it's always been that way. Um, Most people, they just don't have the luxury of saying every single thing that they feel or every single thought that comes to their mind. Most people don't have the luxury of doing that. Um, so like it's important that we're mindful. It's extremely important that we're being mindful, of what we're doing, what we're saying and all of that, right? It just is what it is. But so I feel that way. I do. I feel that way. I feel like you can't just say everything that you want to say. Shoot, sometimes I be wanting to say, have you ever wanted to tell somebody something you was like, I'm just not gonna do that. It is what it is. I feel like that is normal. Probably more normal than some people than others. But again, I think that is like something normal that everybody experiences, like, just biting your tongue. That's basically what it boils down to. You gotta bite your tongue. Okay. Mm, mm. Truth is, you ain't gonna be able to just say what you want to say, how you want to say, when you want to say it. But I do. I also think that it's extremely sad that spaces aren't safe enough for people to be able to say what they want to say. You know. But again, I don't really feel like going down that. Because that's a long road. Okay. Period. It just is. And I just feel like this ain't the right platform or none of that. But I do want to wish uh Mr. Ivy, okay, well, it just is what it is. I wish him nothing but the best moving forward. Well, whatever that looks like, okay, it is what it is. I send my thoughts and my prayers his way, and yeah, I hope he's covered. Okay, this just is what it is. It's really unfortunate. Okay, what happened to the basketball player? Okay, like I haven't even really seen a lot of people like upset with him. If I'm being real. So that's that too. Like a lot of people aren't even upset now. Some people do feel like, like, oh well, type stuff. But I don't really see a lot of people that's um mad like that. I might have seen one person That man that be saying, "My God," today. He's so funny. I love when he say that. Oh. Let's talk about it. I love when he says that. Um, he, and I hope I'm not you know, what I'm saying? Because it's so confusing. He be having a wig on, it just is what it is. He be having a wig on. But I don't know if he goes by he or she. It just is what it is. I don't know. Okay. All I know is I'm looking at the person. I'm listening. Got a lot of bass in his voice. What not. Shaved out mustache. Hey, I'm gonna call it like I see it. Okay. So shout out to that. But yes, he is so funny. I love when he say, my God, today. I said, well, I might have to steal that. Yeah, truth is, I might have to, do a little something with that. So shout out to that. If I do, it'll be like, my God, tomorrow. My God, yesterday. Yeah, truth is, because y'all know me. Y'all know me. Oh, yeah, come on now. I said, come on, baby. Y'all know me. I ain't gonna just, yeah, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna make it my own if I'm gonna take it at all. So shout out to that. But anyway, um, funny. So funny. But I think he was trying to, I think he had a thing or two to say to Jaden or whatnot. But I wasn't paying no attention like that. Yeah, now truth is, I listen. Y'all know what I was thinking yesterday? I'm like, y'all make sure y'all scoot up, slide, hit the like button. Um, but no, yesterday I was thinking, okay, it was hard for me to break down to y'all like how I like my vibe, how I've been vibing lately, right? So yesterday it came up, what I'm saying? A thought came up and I was like, you know what? Okay, period. In the simplest terms, okay, or form. Y'all know how I say I'm here, there, everywhere to get the tea. Truth is, I am. But lately, I've been here and there, not everywhere. Mm, mhm. Yeah, truth is. Because it's just me, you know. It's just me. Outside of my show as executive producer, y'all know I'm a one man show, you know, and the executive producer show don't be looking for no tea, you know. That's not what he does. So, you know, I just fell back a little bit, kind of like the boys in the wigs when they be, you know how they be dancing and then they just fall back and one of their legs be bent. Yeah, child, I didn't fell back like that. Yeah, all dramatically a little bit. Or whatnot. But it's just for now. Cause y'all know I got other obligations and other situations and whatnot. Okay. It just is what it is. Um, yeah, now truth is. And so yeah, that's why I'm at with it. Pooper stars. Like I'm still here, there, everywhere to get the tea, but right now I ain't been everywhere. Okay. Yeah. Being all the way real, but it's crazy too because I was telling y'all I still don't really miss nothing. Mm, that's crazy, right, child. But anyway, blessings, still blessed. Okay, yeah, we still blessed. I'm still blessed enough to get up and want to do it, be able to do it. Okay, and y'all are still blessed. Okay, to experience it with me. I just say what it is. But let me tell you something. This morning I got on a blog. I seen a couple of blogs making a couple of seemingly April Fool's jokes. Baby, I got right back off. Yeah, no, truth is I got right back off because I don't feel like that. Yeah, no, I don't. You know what? Matter of fact, I wonder if my mama played an April Fool's joke on me. I'm wondering. Mm, mm. Let me just see what it is because she saw text me something this morning that was kind of questionable, and now I'm just thinking about it as I talk to y'all. Child, I hope not. Okay, it is what it is. I hope not because if she did, I failed. Yeah, I did. I failed. Um, but yeah, child, yeah, that's just where I'm at with it these days. I just, mm, I'm just really, really, I've been really, really chill, really, really cool and lately, just chilling. But like, yeah, no, do y'all remember when Lil Duval used to always say, what y'all fake caring about today? I used to like when he say that. That's so funny to me. I used to like when he said that. He'd be like, what y'all fake caring about today? That's how I be feeling. Um, I just haven't been feeling like fake caring about stuff. hmm Truth is, child, yes, that's what it is. That's part of it. Okay. Truth is, outside of being busy, it's like also too like a lot of stuff don't even interest me. It don't. A lot of stuff don't even interest me like that, y'all. Um, but it's always been like that. That's why I tell y'all if I'm not talking about it, it ain't worth talking about. Truth is, that's how I feel. I've always felt like that. That's why I be telling y'all that. You know what I'm saying? For real, because that's the truth. For me, for me, anyways, it is what it is. I'm gonna talk about the things that I'm interested in. And if you guys, chime in and y'all tell me, hey, such and such happened, and what do you think about it? Then that's different. But other than that, like, so anyway, shout out to that. Y'all make sure y'all scoot up, hit the like button, get comfortable. Okay, period. Scoot up a chair. Um, I don't know what you want to do, how you want to do. Sit on the stoop. I don't know what you want to do, how you want to do. But get comfortable. Get everything you need because I'm in the building. Okay. So shout out to them. I said just shout out to that. And like, yeah, now truth is we ain't gonna play with it. Like Loda Brooks said, don't play with me, don't play with that. None of it. Hit the like button and yeah. Let's have a funky good time while I'm here, Because that's another thing, like I was trying to tell y'all about my blog. Well, one, I told y'all my phone been acting weird. Okay. Hella weird. Like, first of all, I don't know where they get this whole backup stuff. Yeah, backing it up. I'm the one talking and then backing it up. Yeah. Truth is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who needs to hear this, but like, yeah, I can talk that talk. Period. I can talk it how I walk it. It just is what it is. And play it how I say it. Because like I don't know what's going on, but if I had to guess, them iCloud people ain't got access to my money. Yeah, it just is what it is. They ain't got access to my money no more. Period. So shout out to that. And like, yeah, that's all that is. But I don't know who told them I needed my stuff backed up. Anyway, let's start there. Can we start there? Like, Like, I'm over it. At this point, I'm over it. Yeah, eventually I will figure it out, but it is so low, y'all. Yeah, like Tyler said, low, 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 low. Baby, it's so low on my priorities and my to-do list. I got a priority list, I got a to-do list, and then I got a list of things to do. You see? Child, me trying to figure out what these people got going on and them like talking about my stuff ain't being backed up and then my phone is all full and listen, that is so low on my priority list right now. It's not important. It's just one of them things or whatever Monica had said or whatnot, whatnot. It's just not important. So that's what I have going on with the blogging, but then also um I can still, blog if I wanted to, but I haven't been wanting to. Like my interest hasn't really been there for real. But don't forget to follow my blog on Instagram though, so you can keep up with me. Okay, period. Just a way to, get more of me. Okay, if you will, because I definitely blog, but but I haven't been, y'all. And again, my interest isn't there. Two, some weird shit going on, but that's really nothing like that. Because if I wanted to blog, I could, you know. But the interest hasn't been there like that. And another thing, I will say this, because yesterday I accidentally said something about the support. It has nothing to do with the support. It doesn't. But I will say this: I do personally feel like I feel like Instagram doesn't necessarily deserve me like that. If that makes sense, Mm-mm. Not the type of effort that I was putting into my blog, you know. Um, Especially because we all know how Instagram is. You know what I'm saying? Instagram is full of a lot of people that like to just sit around and look. That's it. Especially people that know you. Yeah, it just is what it is. People that know you, they tend to just sit around and look and not necessarily engage with your activity, which isn't a problem. It's not a problem. It's just a fact. Okay, a Fendi fact. So, my IG was full of a lot of people that, well, not a lot of people, but it has people that know me. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like those people don't necessarily deserve my blog, and they didn't. They didn't deserve it because they just didn't. It is what it is. So shout out to that. But I will say this: I have a lot of new followers though, and they do. Okay, it is what it is. My new followers, they absolutely deserved uh they deserved my content. Okay, it just is what it is. They do. So that's why I'm still in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in it for them and myself too, because I enjoy blogging. It just is what it is. I like blogging, but right now it hasn't been where my interest is. Okay, and also again, you just have to know, you know, um, how can I explain it? I can't explain it, but like, no, I didn't want to keep doing that. And it wasn't benefiting me, in no kind of way. It's like, I don't know, I can't explain it. Um, at least with my YouTube, I like doing it. I like doing it. And see, with blogging, I like blogging too. But I've been chilling. Okay. But don't forget to follow my blog on Instagram, my comment section, because you never know when I might crank that, okay, back up. It just is what it is. I'm not. done. You know what I'm saying? I'm not done, y'all. I just took a brief break. Okay, it is what it is. I put it on hold, okay? So I could do other things and focus on other things. It just is what it is. Again, remember I was telling y'all the other day that I be feeling like peanut butter? Shit, like I'm spreading myself, in so many directions and so many um projects and you know, it's just been a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's just been a lot lately. So I don't like feeling overwhelmed. That's not my thing. I don't like that at all. So, I had to do what I had to do, y'all. Period. Yeah, so shout out to that. But like no. It was this saying that I had came up with. Dang, I forgot how I said it. It was like, go where you're appreciated and stay where you're valued or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I can't explain it, but when it comes to Instagram and my blogging, I definitely felt like it doesn't deserve me. For real, for real. It doesn't deserve me. It doesn't really deserve my attention like that. But I gotta put that but in there. It's something that I enjoy doing. You know what I'm saying? So I do it for me. And other people also enjoy it too. So shout out to that. But I put it on hold, y'all, for every damn reason that I just said, okay? It just is what it is. Lots of different reasons. It's not just one. But don't forget to follow me though on IG. Um where I blog, okay? That's my personal blog. And also that is where y'all can get in touch with me at. If y'all want to DM me about some tea or ask me something or also that is where you can purchase my ebook, okay? That's why I have my ebook linked as well. So anyway, it's my comment section on Instagram. It's all one word. I put it all in one word. And speaking of blogging and Instagram and all of that, real quick before I get into a show, I've been looking for this lady's content. Y'all let me know if y'all know her name. Uh, do y'all remember? Yeah, that's what I get. I said that's what I get because you know how you can like somebody's stuff, but you don't follow them. And that's probably what I get for not hitting the follow button because now I've been looking for this lady content and I can't find it no more, Lord. That's a mess. Ain't that a mess? But I'm gonna hit the follow button when I find her. So shout out to that. I am. I said I just am. But do y'all remember the show Kate plus eight or something like that? She named her Instagram name or handle is something just like that. So y'all jump in my comments if y'all let me know. Hey, y'all make sure y'all hit the her like button. But yeah, y'all jump in my comments and let me know if y'all know who I'm talking about. Cause I want to find that lady. She has a big family, and all her content be about her, family life and family living, and like child, the lady be having like she got one of it's not funny, but she got one of them things that like it look like it's official, like a referee at a whistle. Like it looks like Subway. You know how Subway is set up? Just like that. She got one of those. Child, what a blessing. This lady. Oh, I love her content. And I love her house and stuff. But yeah, like when she goes to make a salad, it ain't no regular salad. Child. She got it set up just like Subway. Like everything in the spot, in the bar, the thing real big and long, like a big, wide desk. I don't even know what you call it. Is it a salad bar? I don't know what you call it. But anyway, I love her content. And I hope it comes back up on my stuff. Cause I've been looking for I've been looking for it. So anyway, that's that. And then if you happen to find me on Facebook, listen, leave me be. Not for real. But like no, Facebook is where I like to be personal. That is my personal page. So it is what it is. Ain't no telling what I might say over there. Okay. It just is what it is. And like, I don't know. You over there, you just got to hit the button at your own risk because I don't do friend requests at all. I don't. I'm just too sexy. I'm feeling too sexy for requests. Or when I wasn't there like, yeah, Drake shouldn't have never said that. Cause child and ran that in the ground. And literally, like literally, I don't accept that. I do not subscribe to that. So anyway, that's what's going on. In real life. Yeah, nah, in real life. So shout out to that. Uh Y'all hold on right quick. I'm gonna put y'all on a brief hold, but when I get back, let's see what we're gonna be talking about. Hold on. When I get back, we'll be talking about Brandy's new book. So shout out to that. How about that? Brandy got a new book. Brandy got a new book. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm back. Scoot up, hit the like button. Let's get into some things. So, ooh, I hate when this thing do that. Shit. Let's see. Mhm. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, Poopa Star. So, shout out to Brandy, who has a lot of things going on. Yeah, it just is what it is. Like T.I. said, Brandy got big things popping. Uh-huh. Little shout out to her. She got a new memoir out. Came out yesterday. Congratulations to her. It's called Phases. Um, y'all jump in my comments if y'all plan on getting that. Um, I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, no, truth is, I don't know how I feel about it. Cause I told y'all I'm a reader and I do love books. I do. I love books. I love reading. But I got Charlemagne's book that I didn't finish and I couldn't finish. And actually, I might spend a block on Charlemagne book. I might, but I don't know. I don't know. Because I tried. I tried. It is what it is. I tried. But I just couldn't get into Charlemagne book like that. Maybe I need to try again. You know. So that's it. And yeah, also I read I had got into Judge Lynn's book too, and that one was that one was a huge disappointment because I love Judge Lynn. Yeah, let's talk about it. Like I love her down. Um, no, she is so inspiring. And I wanted to get into her book. It is what it is. Like I have heard her talk about, her childhood and just little things from her upbringing. So like I really want to get into her book. I did, but I couldn't, you know. But I might have to spend a block on that one too. Cause I would love to, cause I think her book was full of knowledge, you know. But I don't know. So I just don't know about the whole. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, y'all. But y'all let me know if y'all are gonna get Brandy's new book. But again, Brandy got a new memoir out. And she decided to address some things. I said, go on, Brandy. I see you in your postal suit. Yeah, or whatnot, whatnot. They talk about closing down the post office. Everybody addressing things now. But shout out to that. But no, Brandy, right off the bat, they saying that she, was talking about the relationship with that boy from Boys to Men. Um, yeah, now truth is, Brandy said, boy, shoot, I was young and dumb, you know. And you took advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Now she didn't say the dumb part. I threw that in there. Okay. Or what I. But nah, Brandy. I said, okay, Brandy, we're gonna show them how to go down the slide. It just is what it is. I guess, in Brandy's situation, I just think it's really, really smart, and strategic, you know. Oh yeah, let's talk about it. But again, y'all know I talk about old school Hollywood every now and then, every blue moon. Must be a full moon, like one of those nights. I don't even wanna fuss. I don't even wanna fight. That's my girl. Shout out to Brandy. But yeah, Miss I Wanna Be Down. Hey, baby, I was about to Child, turned into a jukebox in a minute, child. Mm, mm. But like, no, Brandy was that girl. It is what it is. Brandy was that girl coming up. And like for the most part, she's private. She kept her business under wraps. Now, Brandy is like the baby. All she do is get money, get money, get money, get money. She getting money. She getting money. She getting money. She can now all she do is get money. Yeah, yeah. Truth is like, yeah. Mm. Like when we see Brandy, we know what it is. So shout out to her though, and shout out to that. That made me happy. Okay, I'm happy in my Beyonce voice, babe. Oh, what not? But yeah, shout out to Brandy, who got a new book out. Okay, her new memoir. It's called Phases, and it dropped yesterday. But again, I like the way she played it. I like the way she did it. It is what it is. Brandy said, like now y'all gonna get this work, this actual work, you know, from my actual talent. Brandy said, now let's Brandy said, I know I ain't acting, but we sticking to this script. No, truth is. So, I like the way she did it. You know, I guess I wouldn't say her singing career has come to a head or whatnot, but her and her team felt like, okay, now we can put them in your business a little bit. It just is what it is. And yeah. Shout out to Brandy. We'll see, we'll see if y'all let me know if y'all get up in Brandy business, okay? It just is what it is. Let me know uh what was said or whatnot. But anyway, that's if I don't get the book. I don't think I am though. I just yeah. Brandy's so cool, again, she just been singing for years. Uh but shout out to her. Now I will say this though. Brandy probably been through some things in the industry and like, yeah, I think she ready to talk about it. That might be worth the read. Especially because I think her and her family, not just Ray J, I think they all been through some stuff. Shoot, especially with the way Brandy, came at, old boy and boys to men. You know, it's almost like Brandy probably now. Hey, I'm not saying it's like this actual and factual, so please don't take it that way. But it's almost like Brandy probably. It seems like she allegedly probably sat with that situation for years. If that makes sense. And like at the time, Brandy probably felt like she got the short end of the stick. Okay. And she probably I mean, come on now. Just our common sense. You can use your common sense and uh think that she probably felt used, because she was young. She was young. He was way older, and he from Brandy's perspective, seemingly, allegedly, took advantage of that she was so much younger and stuff like that. So, like, yeah, I think she felt used, and I'll take it a step further. At one point, uh, when whatever went down between them two, right? He probably was protected. Let's just be real. Boys to Men was one of those big old situations, back then. It just is what it is. And like, yeah, people are going to protect their investments, So yeah. But who knows? Boys to Men probably crashed and burned right after that or something. Like we don't necessarily know like that. because that's how they do it. You know what I'm saying? They don't be wanting us to know like that, you know. But then stuff be coming out way later. I said that. Didn't I say that? I tell y'all that all the time. As long as we can still make some money off of you, it ain't gonna come out. You know. When we ain't no longer making money out for you, it's coming out. That's I'm not saying it like it's actual and factual, but it do seem like that. But anyway, let's continue, y'all. Tiger Woods. Child, Tiger Woods then cruised then messed around and overly, okay, cruised his Land Cruiser, child, and rolled up on something and yeah, was all over the road. It just is what it is, and it's so sad. Oh, it's so sad, you know. Um, but it's evident that Tiger has something going on, and he did put a statement out, and he said, you know, he is dedicated to um getting better. Amen. Shout out to that. Shout out to him. I send him my thoughts and my prayers for whatever he's going through. Seems like a lot. Now, Cameron was recently saying that he was saying that basically he thinks that Tiger don't want a driver. You know, he don't want a driver. He said, when you are so embarrassed and like about what you got going on, you don't even want a driver in your business. I don't know. For some reason, that just made a whole lot of sense to me, you know? It did. But anyway, uh, again, wishing Tiger the help that he needs. Uh exactly how he needs it when he needs it. Okay, it just is what it is. Child Tiger been telling us for years, help the bear. You know, it is what it help the bear, but let me find out. He was just trying to get the attention off himself, okay? It just is what it is. Cause like uh people were saying that like this ain't the first time, and I'm like, you know, one of them things where you forget something, but then you like, oh yeah, you sure right. Yeah, I have not even looked it up. But I was watching somebody else where they had read like this be happening. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Tiger be this didn't happen before. So anyway, let's continue though. Tiger Woods flipped his car somewhere down there out there in Florida, and he looks so on it. Okay, he did. He looks on it. So anyway, prayers for him. Because life is hard. But anyway, so what else is going on? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, so Instagram, y'all know Instagram got a new feature. Child, look, everybody was it seemed like everybody wasn't feeling it. And I will say this one woman, she might have been on to something. I was listening to this lady and I don't know her name because otherwise than that, I would have shouted her out, sent her a shout out, but I didn't get her name because I don't follow her. But she was basically saying that she thinks that this is like a oh, what's it called? Shit. You know when they like, I can't think of the word, but y'all know when they like practicing. Uh, she says she thinks that like they're trying to, if basically if they could get people to pay for that, then they'll try to start getting people to pay for all social media. And I don't know, she might have been on to something. Allegedly, seemingly, allegedly. But that's coming from her, not me. But I don't know. I said, she might be on to something. And I said, I'm gonna ask my chat, how do y'all feel about paying for social media? I don't know. I can tell you right now, I'm not that into it like that. Yeah, no, truth is. Yeah. Truth is. Because and that's just for lots of reasons, but one of the reasons I would say is everything is so watered down. Yeah, no. Like your favorite water park, it's all watered down. Mm, mm. And I was just thinking about that the other day. Um I miss the days where, well, I won't say I miss the days. I won't say that. But like I remember every now and then I reminisce on the days where people broke real stories. You know what I'm saying? Like real stories. So not just such and such is pregnant or such and such got a divorce or such and such is dating. Like, I can't explain it. But like, no, I remember when it was huge stories. Like, excuse me, such and such and such and such got caught at the London hotel. It used to be real big breaking stories. And I remember Fee. You know what I'm saying? Fee used to drop that thunder though. So shout out to her and shout out to that. But I think something happened. Yeah, nah, let's be real. I think something happened. I hate, if I'm being real, I kind of hate that Fee never addressed that. Like, cause I wanna know, man. I take it a step further too. Um, Fee from Gossip in the City, y'all. She also came off like she went to jail. Now I know that sounds crazy, and I know it sounds like a reach, but she did. And I'm not saying she did go to jail. I'm saying it seemed like she did. Okay, but I don't know. So do not quote me because I really don't know I don't know much about Fee, what she been, what she haven't been, or none of that. But I will just say, at one point, it did seem like she went to jail to me. Because I because I'm trying to figure out why I thought she might have went to jail. I thought she might have went to jail because um I think she quit blogging. And if I'm right, I think she had somebody else running her page. It's either, well, I can't say it's either, but I thought maybe she went to jail. I also thought that maybe she could be in school for something, because you have that too. You have people who just put it like this. When you go from being online all the time to not being online all the time, people are gonna notice that. Okay. It just is what it is. So that's what I'm saying? And then I'll take it a step further. Like, to me, whenever she did come back from wherever she was, I don't know, it could have even been just a hiatus. She came back different. You know what I'm saying? Way different. Now she kind of dropped T, but it's rare, and it's seldom. For the most part, she put up the same stories that everybody else is putting up, but that has never been her stilo like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she used to put up stuff that everybody else was scared to talk about. Remind you, this is a blogger who uh made it seem like she had inside information about the NBA. Yeah, no. Let's talk about it. You know, inside information about the NBA. And they contacted her, I think. And it wasn't no BS information either. She had some big information. It just is what it is. She had some big information. And like she just one of them bloggers. Like it is what it is. Shout out to her and shout out to that. Like that lady really be, coming with some good. And like she don't do that no more. So to me, the game has changed so much. Anyway, it's nothing like it used to be. Like we used to get some really, really, really big stories. I'm trying to see what else. Another thing, feed broke. Like something was going on between Offset, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Quavo, all of them. That lady had text messages. I think it was Fee. Don't quote me, but yeah, I think it was. She literally had text messages from their phones. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point where I honestly, if I'm being real, honestly, I used to think that like she knew how to hack or she had a hacker or allegedly or something like that. Because other than that, it really didn't make a lot of sense how she would get these people text. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, she had text from their intimate conversations. Like now, like the average person ain't what? The shade room ain't putting that out. And then no tea, no shade. Shout out to the shade room, but the shade room is just different, if you really, really pay attention to it, the shade room just want to be shady. Yeah. No, truth is they just like um being messy, but not even messy, shady. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, but like if you take an unflattering picture, you know, they'll post it. You know what I'm saying? Um to be shady. If that makes sense. I can't explain it, but they do. It's messy, but like they don't really get that deep into it. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Shade room kind of be scared to me. Like they like to stay on the surface level of things. But if you ask me, that's because they don't care. Yeah, now let's talk about it. She don't care. Allegedly. I gotta say allegedly. But seemingly, okay. I also gotta say seemingly too, because I don't want y'all to say it like it's actual and factual. I'm telling y'all what I think. Period. Even though y'all know I love to talk what I know. So shout out to that. But like, no, in this case, I'm just guessing. Okay. I'm guessing that the owner of the shade room, let me look up because y'all know I love to talk what I know. Hold on. But while I look up this information, let me just say, I would guess that the owner of the shade room, right, is I would guess not from over here. I don't know if she is or she not, but I always thought she was African. Hey, come on now, let's be real. Africans. Okay, her name is Angelica, evidently, allegedly. I don't know. I never saw the owner of the shade room. But apparently her name is Angelica. Let me see. Let me see real quick. Okay, I just wanted to make sure, right? I had to make sure that's not her. It's not. I just making sure. Cause y'all know that one lady that always be interviewing people. Y'all know that one lady. She seems so cool. She would be doing all the shade rooms interviews, basically. She don't own the shade room. That's not her. But anyway, the lady name, according to Google, is Angelica Wandu. She's the founder and the owner. She created it in 2024. Let me see. She previously worked in accounting. Hold on. News Grow platform. Independence. One dude has kept the company independent. Turned down 9-figure offers to maintain control. I know that's right. Hold your head. Well, hold your head then. What not. But anyway, she manages the company as a CEO. Let me see. Cause they ain't telling me what I want to know. Where's Angelica one dude from? Yeah, no, cause let's talk about it. Like, um, is from not she's hold on. She's from LA, they say. So shout out to her and shout out to that. Yeah, she okay. Mm-hmm. Not surprised. You know the people in LA, they be thinking big, bitch. Okay. It just is what it is, like that man say. Think big, bitch. He probably was from LA. Mm. Yeah, LA or New York or one of them counties or whatnot. But no, it says she was born in '89. Hold on. To immigrant parents. She was raised in LA and grew up in the foster care system after her mother passed allegedly. Um and her parents migrated from Nigeria in the late 1980s. Oh man, that's so sad. They said her mother was unalived by her dad, allegedly. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. So okay. Now I gotta take back everything I was about to say. So shout out to that. But no. Not all of it. Listen, Africans and African Americans been shady towards each other since the beginning of time. Okay, it is what it is. It's dying out now, but like we don't really know what they be saying. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. When they pillow talking or they amongst themselves and stuff like that. It just is what it is. Especially us Americans, we have to see that's the thing too. Like we have to be mindful of what we doing and who we spend our money with because like yeah, it's weird and it's awkward. Let me just say that. It's very weird and it's very awkward because a lot of people want that money and that's about it. You understand? But anyway, let's continue because that's a whole nother right. But what I was gonna say about her that I do got to take back now is, being from Nigeria probably makes her not that interested in our news like that anyway. So it just gives it even more, you know what I'm saying? Even more, I'm not gonna say reason, but uh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not reason, but I'll throw that in there right now because I don't feel like searching. But you know what I'm saying. It's probably a motivating. You know what I'm saying? Probably a motivating factor to be shady. It just is what it is. Yeah. No, truth is, I feel like lots of people who come from overseas and lots of people who have families that come from overseas are shady. Okay. Period towards what they see and what be going on every day here. It just is what it is. But like, yeah. Um, long story short, I forgot what I was even what made me even talk about this lady. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, for real. I know I went so long on it. I done forgot what I was talking about, child. But anyway, yeah, truth is. But it's gonna come back up. So shout out to that. I know that. One thing about it, two things for sure. I know that. But yeah, that's what I was saying. The shade room is just different. And it always have been. Like I said, they like to be shady. Now they do, they drop tea, but it's just a different type of tea, way different. That the owner of the shade room, she been around the longest, if that makes sense. So she just, I don't know. I will say she pretty smart about the way she do her content. It just is what it is. Because I will say this too. Like the other blogs that I'm comparing her to though, they have lost their pages time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. When the shade room, still been standing. No tea, no shade. But anyway, I said all of that, okay, to say that like the gossip game has changed. It has. It has changed a lot. And if you ask me, I don't think that we should have to pay for social media. You know, I don't. And I'll take it a step further. I think it's one of those things where if you were going to do that, you should have did it from the beginning. You know, because other than that, you'll have people like me who will feel like their back is up against the ropes and they'll just like thug it. I'll let it go. Yeah, no, truth is, I'll let it go before they think they finna get some money out of me for it. That's weird. That's weird. No, I need some money. Not I need, but I want some money. Y'all figure out how y'all can pay me. Yeah, no, truth is, like people are starting to smarten up. And that's one thing I love about maturing, you know. And when that birthday come around every year, uh I'm just way more smarter than I was, period. And that's one thing about, like I said about maturing. You get way more smarter with your money, period. You know, and things that you once spent it on start to look like a waste. Yeah, now let's talk about it. So I don't know what Instagram, Meta or any of them, what tree they barking up on. But I can tell y'all right now, I leave that shit right where it's at before I pay for it. It's not. It just don't seem like something I want to pay for. Or it just don't. Sorry, not sorry. And I'll take it a step further, real quick. It also reminds me of this iCloud stuff and all of that I got going on, which I'm not a big fan of either. You know, because you know what they're gonna make me do? They're gonna make me get my photo album together like I've been wanting to. Because that's important to me. Anyway, like it's important to me that like I leave an album behind for generations to come. You know, that has been important to me and that has been on my mind. And I have never really been a big fan of cell phones because I feel like we lose our memories in them and our pictures and stuff. So yeah, all they gonna do is make me do stuff that I've been putting off, like having my pictures printed and put into my album like I need to, it just is what it is. They're gonna force me to just go back old school, because I don't really know what they want from me, but I'm really not, I don't know. I'm just not, I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention now, you know? So in other words, I don't need you to back up nothing for me. I don't. I don't need you to hold an imaginary file for me and charge me monthly for that imaginary file. No, 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 no. You keep it. Yeah, truth is, you keep it. I don't even need it. You know, that's what's going on. Yeah, that's what time it is. Yeah, truth is. Like that's what time it is, y'all, for me. Period. And it ain't even like I'm hurting for no money. I'm not. It's just my money and I want it now. Period. The fuck? I'm just now. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm in a place in my life where it just gotta make sense to me. It is what it is. It just gotta make perfect sense at that. So shout out to that. But anyway, y'all, Instagram got a new feature coming where you can pay. Now they keep saying that you can pay to watch people's story, like privately. Like they won't know it's you. And they'll tell you how many times the person watched your story, you know. Um Now they keep saying that, but they also said like, I don't know, I guess something else comes with that too, but you got a lot of people acting like they not finna do that, child. So it is what it is. We're gonna see where this goes. But anyway, let's continue. Yeah, cause I got work to do. So shout out to that. What else is going on these internet streets, child? We thugging, y'all with me? We thugging. Y'all know y'all in good hands. Period. Y'all know y'all in good hands. Cause one, I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get the tea. Y'all know that. Two, I don't just report on any old thing. I got reliable sources. Okay, period. So shout out to that. And I hit the like button and I sure ain't telling y'all nothing I don't believe myself. So anyway, let's continue. Oh, where I want to go with it. Okay, the game might mess around and get himself a lawsuit. Yeah, truth is. Yeah. Let me find out. Listen. Because it's just first of all, y'all know I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. And that's the truth. Shoot, nothing gets past me. That's why I be telling y'all that. Mm. Nothing gets past me. I be paying attention. And the fact that I be paying attention, that's how I know. A lot of people be saying the game be scamming them. Like this has come up numerous times. And I'm just like, I don't know how long Mr. Presser Curl think he gonna be able to keep that up. But no, y'all, truth is people said the game be scamming. And like I said, I have been hearing this for years. And it's one of them situations where it's alleged. But then you start to thinking to yourself, now damn game, everybody can't be lying. I said, let me find out. He gonna end up getting himself in a what's it called? Class A action. He gonna end up getting him a class A lawsuit put up on his butt. For real. Yeah. I said, Lord, if these people, get smart enough and start going to what's it called? The attorney general. Cause that's what be happening. I think when you get that's the thing, people not reporting stuff. So I would assume they not reporting stuff. So, that works out in his favor. But like no. When people start really reporting his butt, he probably gonna end up getting in trouble. And it's sad. It's dang sure sad for the people sending him they hard earned money, thinking that he finna bless them for $200 and $700 and $800 and $500 and stuff. It's so sad, and I take it a step further. Uh, Why the hell Game can't? Why he can't? Legally, it's probably illegal. Sure, because I'm not understanding. Um, I like make it make sense. Like it got to be illegal. It got to be illegal. Because this is my thing. Like if you telling people that you'll do a song for them or a feature for $800, why you ain't getting on that motherfucker talk about some A B C D E F G A M E? I mean, I'm just saying, like you should be on that motherfucker singing nursery rhymes. I mean, whatever. Like, I'm just saying, if you gonna agree to it, and people are really thinking they finna get a feature, man, you should be on that shit saying all kinds of shit. The itsy bitsy spider going up water sprouts and getting shot back out, and man. I'm telling you, I mean, how much do you really gotta say for $500? It makes no sense, you know. But I will say this, you know, the game, he went through a lawsuit. The lady won. So who knows? Who knows, y'all? Maybe that's got something to, maybe that plays a part. Who knows? I can't even remember if he been doing this before the lawsuit or not, but I know it's been a long time. I will say that. But it seems like he does it when he just needs to get his hands on some quick cash. Because I think they be cash apping them too. Man, if y'all don't start telling him now, Zelle, cause I'm gonna tell. It just is what it is. I don't know. People, listen, I'm talking about this today because everybody, I'm hoping that people start to learn to use their discernment and, hopefully keep their hard-earned money, because it is what it is. Ain't nobody got no money to be giving away, these days. Most people don't have no money to be giving away. And I tell you like this, if you do, DM me. Yeah, see where DM. Period. Over on Instagram in my comment section. Okay. Yeah. If you feel like you just got to give something away. Okay. I tell you that. But I'm just saying, most people ain't got no money to give. It's all tied up like a Nike. You understand? Oh, what I would I? So like, child, word on the girl. The game is out here scraping and scrambling, like Diddy said. Child for cash apps. Okay. Allegedly. And I said, child. I really don't know what to say, but I said, them people start getting smart and they might they just might get LA, the city of LA to look into these accusations, okay, going around and swirling around about the game. So anyway, let's continue though. After that, uh real quick. So, oh my God, y'all know Druski just recently did a skit. Shout out to Druski and shout out to that. Um, and again, Druski is in the comedy world. He's listen, he's in the comedy world. So these people they can get mad, but like that all they can do is scratch their butt and get glad. You know. hmm Yeah. Truth is because, what's to call it? Druski, he has that. It is what it is. He got that. So shout out to that and shout out to him. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I might have to look into it myself. Mm. Oh, whatnot, whatnot. Especially because I told y'all. I tell my audience all the time that I do want to do stand up. I got it on my bucket list, but I only want to do one, one, one set. I just want to do a little 5 minutes. Get up there, get my feet wet. Yeah, shout out to that. I got one little joke. Yeah, yeah. I got one little joke. Matter of fact, I need to add to that. Yeah, nah, truth is, I need to add to that one little joke. I got one in the tub, period. But I need to add some more to that. Which I'm sure I can or whatnot. It just is what it is. I feel like, what? I feel like I'm good enough to just talk about what's going on and that's it. Yeah, like Finesse said, that's it. Yeah, just get up there, be raw with it. Noodles, no packing. And make something happen. It just is what it is. But like, I love that. I do. I think I love that for myself. Okay. Period. Cause hey, if we're gonna be in this line of work, like you gotta be protected. Yeah, nah, it is what it is. You're gonna have to be protected. But anyway, so Druski though, who we all know he's protected by, comedy and the comedy clause or whatever it is. So shout out to that. Another thing too, I never thought about it. I never thought about it until now, but T.I. T.I. is another one who can use comedy to his benefit because he does comedy now. Yeah, no, whether y'all laughing or not. He's T.I. is into comedy. So I wonder if he can use that while he's I don't know. I don't know. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Like when he up there on his podcast, I was saying. But I don't know. But anyway, let me tell y'all what I'm trying to say about Druski, child. So Druski did a skit with he did a skit about YT women in America. But like Erica Kirk, who I don't know much about. Okay, it just is what it is. Not my thing, not my interest. Um, she got upset, I believe, and allegedly tried to send Drewski a cease and desist child to Drewski. And then hold on. I don't know how true this is. So hold on. Hold on. And then allegedly was like kind of like trying to threaten him with his allegedly trying to threaten him with his T-Mobile endorsement. Trying to act like that they'll take T-Mobile. Y'all, I seen so many people in the comments saying T-Mobile, I wish y'all would. I said, oh, eek. This could get interesting. But I would say this, y'all better pay attention. Mm. Yeah, nah, truth is, y'all pay attention. Okay? It just is what it is. Oh Lord, shut up. Shut up. Don't come over here with all that corny mess. You hear me? You little corn dog slash horn dog. Don't come over here with all that. What's up? What's up with it though? Outside of that, you getting some money? You got some money? Okay. Shout out to that. But anyway, um, yeah. Child, they said they wish wood like a tree in this. Yeah. Yeah. Play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Baby, don't play with it. The fan said, They said, let me, yeah, do it if you want to. I said, ooh, I like that. I said, yo, come on. I said, talk to me. It is what it is. I said, I like that. I like that. So shout out to that. Then anyway, after that, let me continue because I gotta go. It is what it is. Truth is. So shout out to that. What else is going on in these internet streets? Swaggy P. Shout out to Swaggy P. It's crazy, y'all, because I've been wanting to talk to y'all about Swaggy P. Truth is, but I don't be organized. I feel say like a crime. Listen, that's just the first thing that came up to my mind. But like, it's other things, you know what I'm saying? But see, I was gonna say like a desk, but that's not. That don't hit. You know, it just don't hit. But I gotta find something that's organized, like a crime, that hit just as hard. So anyway, shout out to that. I work on that. Or whatnot. Yeah, I work on that. But anyway, so I've been wanting to talk to y'all about Swaggy P because Swaggy P pulled out of the Blueface fight. I said, oh, ha! And the tears were filling up the wells of my eyes. I said, well, hot damn. You know, and people was in the comments talking about, yeah. They say, yeah, 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 yeah. Y'all hit the like button. But now, y'all, for real, Christian fans was happy. You know, it is what it is. They was happy in my Beyonce voice. They was because they was saying, until you do right, yeah, everything gonna rumble. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, not. That's what the fans was saying. I said, ooh, oh, yeah. They weren't playing with Blueface. Now, truth is, they weren't playing with Blueface. But, Swaggy P said, I don't fight losers. I said, oh, Lord. Swaggy P is funny to me. He is. But it's funny. But, like, I guess, that's what happens. See, the thing is, at the last minute, they switched up Blueface's opponent. They did. At the last minute, they switched up his opponent. Maybe he was gonna run through the other one. I don't know, but I know that getting that one bag cost him the other one, and it's crazy though. It's like welcome to the world of boxing because that's how it goes. That is how it goes. Like, who was I finna say? Who was I finna say? Okay, so like for instance, Ryan Garcia wanting to fight Shakur, right? We all know that fight should happen. We all know that's a damn good fight, man. Listen, I wish it was coming on tomorrow. Yeah. Truth is, I ain't lying. Yeah, you want the truth? Y'all gotta be able to handle it over here with me. So shout out to that. Hit the like button. No, that's gonna be a damn good fight when it happens. Okay. Truth is. But at the same time, though, right? Fair is fair, right? So Ryan actually need to beat Devin again to be able to get to Shakur. You understand? You understand? But I think the way boxing work is, no, they're not gonna let him fight Devin again if they want him to fight Shakur. It just depends on how bad they want that fight to happen. Because if they want that fight to happen, then that Haney will have to wait. Devin, he will have to wait. Because that's how it works. That's how they be doing. A loss can really stop you from getting your bag. And that's the thing too. Like, I don't know, but I understand he would have got more money with both fights, but I don't know if he should have not, like, I don't know if he should have fought that one match when he had action at fighting Swaggy P, because his Swaggy P fight should have been kind of big. But oh well, it is what it is. He don't got action at that no more. And I will say this, somebody in the comments was saying Swaggy P be smiling too much to be boxing. Now, child, I kind of agree with that. But I will say, uh, I wanted to see him fight. I wanted to see Swaggy P do his thing. So hopefully he find somebody else to take the match. Hopefully it's just not all just because I definitely I want to see what Nick gonna get in there and do. You know what I'm saying? It is, but he saw what Blueface was gonna get in there and do. So yeah, it's your turn, Nick. So shout out to that. And listen, I've been on my DMing game. Yeah, starting yesterday, I got back on my DM game. Truth is, hey, I don't got an assistant, so I just gotta do, what I got to do right now. Well, I do got an assistant. I forgot Jody. I know I manifested an assistant named Jody. He's not here yet, and he's not working yet. But he's definitely on the way. So shout out to that. And shout out to God, okay, for lending me Jody. Jody gonna be a hard worker. So shout out to that. Mm. And after a while, I guess it'll be Jody DMing folks. All right. But for now, it's me. So anyway, I'm gonna send Swaggy P a message and tell him, I'm gonna ask him, is he still boxing or not? We want to see that. Because the fans want that, my boy. And maybe he need to hear that. So anyway, shout out to that. And then yeah, so Blueface, I don't know. It is what it is. He done messed up his bag. And then what else is going on in the circus? Child, listen. I said the clowns is acting up. Yeah, they acted up. They turning up their performances. It just is what it is, child, because Nevaeh and the girl B, okay, they been getting into it. Which I see what's going on. Now, B just recently came out and said that it's scripted. Okay, she did. She said it was scripted. Which B, shout out to you, shout out to that information. But girl, you didn't have to tell us. We already know. It is what it is. We already know. Um, even like streaming is like scripted. When you really think about it. Even if you say, I'm finna sit here on stream and I'm gonna be here all day and, I'm gonna cook me some breakfast and come back and then I'm gonna go make me a sandwich. It's scripted. It is what it is. So like, yeah, girl, shout out to you on that, but we didn't ugh. But anyway, so then right after that, she said, I seen a clip where she was asking Blueface, why is this girl steady talking about me? And why is she wearing my clothes? I'm like, oh. I'm like, Nevaeh. No, ma'am, Miss Presta Girl, okay? No, ma'am. Uh, uh, girl, stop. You pissing me off. Nevaeh pissing me off. Me and my pooper stores off, okay? Period. It just is what it is. Cause like, now, first of all, I was watching one of Blueface's streams and I'm like, a Ross bag. I'm like, okay. I just noted it. I was like, okay, somebody over there shopping at Ross. Okay, it is what it is. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I like to go in Ross every now and then. It is what it is. Grab me a little one or two. I give me a little 1 2 1 2 whatnot and go. Okay, just see what it is. So shout out to that. But like no, I said okay. I just saw it right because I told her everything. It just is what it is. I noticed things, and so when she said that, I'm like, because she said, I know when y'all was on stream the other day, she said something about a bag, and I'm like. And then I see a live a clip of a live from Nevaeh, child looking like she got the dress on, the girl dress. I just said it is what it is. Now, you could just tell that dress wasn't Nevaeh's. It wasn't. But she flousing and showing her stomach in it, and oh, I said Nevaeh. Girl, no. Okay. No, 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 baby. Like Lil Wayne said, please. You get in that little car, you see? Baby, we gonna need you to crank that, okay? Yeah, we know. We know you like to be in the house without your hair done and all of that, all of that. Shout out to that. I do too. Yeah, no, truth is, because I watched the clip of somebody was telling the man, when you gonna get your hair done? She was like, I like not having my hair done. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I get my hair done when I get my hair done. But she was like, I'm a natural girl. I like being natural, and shout out to all the natural girls. I said, I know that's right. I'm gonna take my shot out. Amen. Right back to y'all. Okay. It just is what it is. But like now, the dress was given, a little dressed up or whatnot. So like, I said, Nevaeh ain't fooling nobody. She didn't put on this girl clothes. Yeah, now she didn't put on this girl dress. You know what I'm saying? Child, when all you had to do was just go get your own. Okay, just go get your own. Um, mm-mm, mm-mm. She, she ain't gonna even be able to make that one make sense, Pooper Stars. It just is what it is. Cause people were saying like, yeah. People like, yeah, she probably did. She probably did because she definitely wore Krishan clothes. I was like, oh my God. Oh. But they said Jaden did too. I said, oh Lord. I'ma need them to just have one moment of shame. I don't know though. I guess, it's that out there where they at. I guess they don't care like that, but I'm gonna need them to care. I'm gonna need them to care. I'm gonna need them to care. CB is from Miami and they probably, it just is what it is. She probably would have looked at that Rouse bag and kicked it, you know. Or whatnot, before she went in it and yeah, put the stuff on, girl. The man that had a moment talking about this what my man bought me. She probably thought Blueface bought the stuff for her child. Well, she had a moment, a messy moment. I'll take it a step further. Nevaeh probably don't care. Nevaeh don't care. That's the problem. She don't care. She don't care. She don't care. But I'm gonna need her to have one moment of shame in her ish. Judea. But anyway, after that, let me get to my last but not least topic. Shout out to that. If you just now getting here, hit the like button. Um, you done missed the show, child. You done missed the show. I'm at the end, my friend, but guess what? I'm about to talk South Walker right now. So shout out to that. And I apologize because yesterday I wasn't organized. That's why I forgot to talk about South, but it's all good. Let's do that now. Y'all ready? So, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me put y'all on a brief hold real quick. Don't go nowhere. And if you do go somewhere, come back. You know what I'm saying? Period. Like Craig told Smokey on Friday. Come back. Okay? And hit the like button. Hold on. All right, I'm back, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and show y'all support. Period. Hit the like button. Period. Cause I'm gonna need your support on the channel. It just is what it is. And let me tell y'all something. I ain't been paying attention to nothing, y'all. I haven't. I've been too busy. So like, if you support me, y'all make sure y'all support me. It just is what it is. Because I ain't been paying attention. I don't know if y'all hitting the like button. I don't know what the views are. None of that. I don't have time. Yeah, nah. Truth is, yeah, no. It is what it is. I don't pay attention to the views. So at this right now, I don't know. I don't know if it get 1 view, 12 views, 20 views, 100, 600, 500, 5,000. It's all the same. So shout out to that. I said it's just all the same. Uh mm, yeah, truth is. Because I have not had time. It is what it is. And when I do have time, I don't know if I want to go back to that type of shit anyway. Mm. Let's talk about it. I'm still here. Y'all know I like to leave y'all hanging every now and then. But like, no, I'm trying to say what I want to say, what needs to be said. Yeah, but no. Cause I don't have time for that, child. I don't. And I'm the type of person where, I like to keep things fun and interesting, you know? And I don't, they just ain't my thing. Like, uh stalking views and stalking likes and that ain't my thing. I don't like that, I do not like that. So I told myself I will not be participating in that. I wouldn't even be paying attention to comments if, I didn't have to. That's another thing. Y'all know me. I cut them off. I sure will. Um, it's yeah. So shout out to that. Cause it's people that. That's the thing. That's what I realized. It's just it's all about you, and what you feel comfortable with, what you like doing. I know I follow somebody that be having their comments turned off. Everybody don't want to deal with that. Some people do, some people don't. You know, and I take it a step further. Everybody's situation ain't gonna be yours either. So you have to know that too. Um, some people might say, well, hey, I did it like this. Other people say I did it like that. Man, you know what I say to all of that? Good. Good for you. Now watch me do it how I do it. You understand? It just is what it is. Like I ain't gotta. Now, hold on, hold on. I said, hold on. Uh, uh, uh. Now y'all do know though. I tell y'all all the time, there is a blueprint though to anything you trying to do, anything you trying to get done. So shout out to that. But me on the other hand, I'm working with a green print. You understand? So shout out to that. That's everybody else's blueprint mixed in with my own. You understand? So shout out to that. But like, no, I'm doing things my way this time. It is what it is. My way. That's it. Like Finesse said, yeah, now that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. And it was kind of like I was telling y'all, listen, we'll talk about that tomorrow. So shout out to that. Let me write that down. Let me write that down. I want to politic with y'all. About what? What was I politicking with y'all about right now? Okay. My content creating journey. Okay, so shout out to that. Yeah, no, like I said, we'll get into we can get into that a little bit more tomorrow. Okay, so shout out to that. I'll be back tomorrow. But anyway, so listen, Word on the Caribbean, South Walker sits down with Sean Cotton, okay, of Say Cheese, and they talk H time, okay, rappers, which I feel like, yeah, I'm able to speak on. So shout out to that. Y'all know I love music. It is what it is. Yeah, no, I wanna be in music. I wanna be in music. So shout out to that. But like no, all jokes aside, South Walker told Say Cheese that he feels like can't nobody in Texas do a versus with zero. Now he said something else though. That's what I wanted to get. I wanted to get his actual words. I think he said like influence. It wasn't influence. It was impact. And some more things he ended up saying. Listen, I don't really know. Listen, I man, hey. Listen, I put it like this. I understand what South was going 100%. Okay, because Zero was that boy. Okay, it just is what it is. Zero was that boy in Texas. He was hands down. I remember I used to say, man, Zero drop. I right hand of God, strike me down if I'm lying. I remember I used to say Zero drop like Jordan. Cause he did. He used to make so much music. You couldn't keep up. You know you want to go get a pair of J's on Saturday, or you gonna get a new Zero CD too. Mm, yeah. Okay. And then Sunday be at the concert. It just is what it is, Like you know. Yeah, so hands down, truth is, Zero is definitely a Texas legend, okay? He a H-time legend. Put it like that. Period. Hands down. Zero really was that boy, okay? In his time, he was. So I understand where Sauce was coming from. But the best out of Texas? This is the thing. See, South was, I don't know, y'all. I really don't know because this is my thing. This is my thing right here. I feel like the only thing that makes me doubt that is Scarface. Yeah, no, truth is. What? What? Man, come on. I said, come on, come on, come on, come on. Y'all come on and talk to me. Somebody better scoot up, slide, hit the like button, hop in the chat. Cause I'm like, Scarface was that boy too. It is what it is. Scarface is that boy still, hands down. You know, and Sons Walker was saying that there has been other artists that got bigger than Zero, like your Mike Jones and stuff. I don't know why he said that. you know, I don't know why he said that. Because Mike Jones, is Mike Jones. Shout out to Mike Jones. But Mike really didn't get that big. I mean, like, Mike got big as far as like publicity, like BET, stuff like that. Yeah, if you want to compare Mike Jones' career to Zero's career, yes, he definitely got himself up out of H Town. He did. Mike got up and got himself up out of H Town. See, that's the thing though. I feel like Mike and people like South Walker, right? They was able to do it better because they studied everybody else who came before them. It just be like that sometimes. Like, you know, if you doing it second, then yeah, you supposed to be able to do it in the first person. Come on now. It just is what it is. And see, Mike Jones had a recipe, if you ask me. He did. He had the sauce, he had the recipe. Mike Jones didn't just sit around Houston. He left. Okay, he left. And see, a lot of Houston dudes, they would come to Austin. Mike Jones didn't do that. He skipped right on over Austin and went to Dallas. Okay, he went to the second largest city in Texas, that was jumping, and he did his thing. If you ask me, that's how Mike Jones was able to blow up. He was able to jump over everybody who had came before him. The Zeros, the little Kikis, the youngsters. What? Let's talk about it. The Big Mo's, the Pokies, the Hawks, the Mr. Three Twos, the D-Rex. Child. It's so many. It's so many. Let's talk about it. What's that one name that came down here? Oh, his ass was funny. Oh, the one that say, my mind went blank. It's hard to think when your mind goes blank. I can't think his name. But it's so many. You know what I'm saying? We all know that. Houston is full of rappers that really just never made it. And Zero is one of them. It is what it is. Zero never really made it like that. He did it. So if you want to say that Mike Jones, but to me, Zero has way more fans than Mike Jones, if that makes sense. Even though Mike Jones like went not worldwide, but he got way more fame and famous than Zero did. He did. Even though he did that, it just ain't no comparison to Zero. It's not. But that's why I say I don't know why South used Mike Jones as somebody, to me, he should have said like Lil Flip or Scarface. I don't know why he didn't want to address Scarface. What's wrong with him? I don't know. Because to me, the only thing that makes what South say debatable is the fact that there is a guy named South Scarface around South Walker. It just is what it is. Like, I don't know if South like is see, that's the thing. I think he's younger. He ain't that young, but he's younger. Cause I don't know how in the hell he think that Scarface can't do a verses with Zero, cause he can. Let's talk about it. And Scarface should have 20 songs. Let's talk about it. Because I tell y'all all the time, a lot of people got great music, but a lot of people can't do a verses. You don't got 20 bops. Get out of here. That's another thing too about verses. I hate when it comes to verses, I hate that they be choosing the songs. If that makes sense. I hate that they choose the songs. Cause all them don't be bops. And like quit doing it like that. No, 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 no. If it ain't no bop, don't play it. I done heard some stuff on verses. I'll be like, no, what the hell is that? I'll be annoyed. I'll be annoyed. It's one thing if you done ran out of songs, you had 15 bangers and now you have 5, and it's like, what the hell? I never heard that one. Never heard that. Never heard that. It's a difference. But like, if they ain't got 20 bops, quit putting them out there. Quit wasting our time. It is what it is. Cause we trying to listen. We trying to jam, sing, and do our thing the whole night. It just is what it is. Like, don't play with us. Versus, I'm telling you right now, don't play with us because we know these folks' catalogs. Okay, so shout out to that. But like, no, Scarface can go with zero. Period. I Now, outside of that, all the rest of them, yeah, they got to sit down, get down, and lay down when it comes to zero. It is what it is. South wasn't lying. He told no lies. But he forgot about Scarface, though. He did. He forgot about Scarface. If you gonna listen, and I don't know what's going on. Maybe, yeah, maybe, maybe they starting to talk Texas for verses or whatnot. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not gonna say the only people, but Scarface up against whoever. Bring out the best. And I guess, if you let Styles tell it, that's zero. We'll bring them out. Yeah, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. Like T.I. said. I'm telling you. Because, like, that's going to be good. That's going to be damn good. Now, you know who else can go in a verses with Scarface, though? UGK. UGK. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like UGK should have 20 bops. You could throw UGK against Scarface, you could throw UGK against Zero, but that's it. Yeah, nah. Like Finesse said, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Because other than that, everybody else is going to fall short. And, people got bangers, okay? Let's be real. People have music. They could probably do 10 songs. They can do a 5 song. I put it like this. H-Town, right? If they wanted to. H-Town could throw their own verses. How about that? 5 against 5. Lil Flip 5 against Kiki 5. But then they got so many people that ain't even here no more. So that's that. But I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. So it's like I agree with Sauce, but then I don't necessarily agree with Sauce. It's just like I don't know. It's so hard to explain, but I'm like, no. You can say Zero is the best rapper to come out of Texas, the hardest, but you can't say that with Scarface standing there. Like, what? Are you kidding me? And that's like that's like saying Jadakiss is the hardest thing out of New York, but you got Jay-Z. Jay-Z. Come on now. And Jadakiss. Jadakiss is that. Okay? Like, period. I feel sorry for anybody that want to go on a versus against Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying? Because he is talented. Jadakiss is that boy. But at the end of the day, I just feel like he not better than Jay-Z. So then why would we be saying he the hardest thing to come out of New York? Like, it just don't make no sense to me. And like, nah, I'm sorry. Zero has music. He does. But Zero bops and Scarface bops is just a different type of music. Like, Scarface tells stories. He be into storytelling. He into storytelling. Like, his songs is really songs. Do you hear me, y'all? Is this thing on? I feel like Scarface just goes too hard not to be mentioned. Like, that don't make no sense to me. So Really, I need to go back and I need to just listen to that whole interview. Because I need to see what I really want to know where Styles is coming from. Because I ain't gonna lie, a part of me was like, "Well, do Styles not mess with Scott?" Because you want the truth? I know y'all got to be able to handle it over here with me. I don't think Styles like, if that makes sense, like him and rap a lot. But see, Ro was rap a lot too at one point, so that's that. But I don't know. It's so weird to me, y'all. It is. It's weird to me. I can't explain it. But how the hell you ain't gonna bring up Scarface? How the hell you ain't gonna give Scarface his card? Like, mm-mm, mm-mm. If you ask me, that's probably the only person that Zero can't beat is Scarface. It is what it is. Listen. I like them both. Period. And I love music. I tell y'all that. I love music. And Scarface, in his time, he dropped real music. His whole career, y'all. His whole career. Real freaking music. Zero music almost always gave a mixtape vibe. You know? I mean, he just it's just I don't know. Man, listen, I don't know. It's just a different type of music too. If I'm being real. It's just a different type of music. You know, um like I said, Scarface Zero music it most of the time it gave a mixtape vibe. It did. It gave a mixtape feel. And then, maybe his songs that are real songs, um, they just so different. It's hard to explain. It's hold on, let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna give an example because y'all know I love an example. Y'all know I love a good example. Hold on, I'm gonna get one. So shout out to that. Let me see. Okay, this probably ain't the best example, but I just listen. I had to come with it because, like, yeah, I need to say what I need to say and then be able to go about my day. But like, listen, this is a good example right here. Jacquees. I like Jacquees music. I like Jacquees music. I like him as an artist. I think he's good at what he do. Period. Hands down, right? But when you compare, if you compare Jacquees's music to Justin Bieber, it's just a whole different type of ball game. It's just a whole different type of ball game. Justin Bieber's music makes Jacquees' music look and sound just like it's not on the same level, you know? Even though Jacquees makes amazing music, he does. He makes good music, but Justin music is ahead, if that makes sense, in light years to me. It do. His music be ahead. You know, another thing that I want to say too that is really, really hard for me to say. It just is what it is. It's hard to say, but I'm gonna keep it real. Um, in comparison to Usher and Chris Brown, I think Usher music is on a different level from Chris's. Love Chris down. Love his music down. But like Chris has made songs that I feel like were hit or miss. You know, Chris has made songs where I feel like you can tell he like uh they he said some of his songs are written by him, and you can tell. You know what I'm saying? You can tell. It just is what it is. Because I said that to say that, like, when they be getting help with their music, it usually sound a little better, if that makes sense. Usher, on the other hand, Usher comes off like he gets help with all of his music. So it just they you know, Usher's music always comes off like a hit. Like, I mean, every time it's a hit, you know, versus Chris. Sometimes all Chris songs don't hit like that. If that makes sense to y'all. Like, what's his song? What's his song that he got a Grammy for? Um, Dang, I can't think of that song he got a Grammy for. Oh. That grass ain't greener on the other side. Hey, see, I love grass ain't greener. That's my song. But see, that's just a good song. It's not a great song. It wasn't a big charting song. It's not the song that got Chris any awards, or you see what I'm saying? But Usher songs, they they chart. His stuff be charting. Ha! You see what I'm saying? So it's just a difference in quality, if that makes sense. It's a difference in the quality of music that Usher makes versus Chris. Because again, what's it called? Residuals? Again, like, I don't even know that song like that. I don't. I know. I feel bad. But for whatever reason, it just didn't get on my radar like that, but I like the song. I think it's an amazing track. I think I just like the beat and stuff. Ooh, it's a pop. I think man, listen. Outside of the other one that he made with Drake, it's the best thing that he done made in a long time. And that's the thing. Like, Chris, before he did the song with Drake, um he seemed like he was running into, like he was hitting a brick wall a little bit. It just is what it is. Now, one thing about Chris though, um it can be confusing at times because his music is always on the radio. It is. Chris songs always on the radio. But again, they don't always be bops. Now, do Chris got some bops? Hell yeah. Do he got 20 in the holster right now? Yeah, truth is. But I'm telling y'all, the quality of music that Chris makes and that Usher makes is just two different things. Usher is on a whole different level. Okay? Same thing with Scarface and Zero. It just is what it is. Same thing. You know, I, in my hearts of our hearts, honestly, I think maybe Scarface had a bigger budget. If I had to guess, it just is what it is. It seems like they put more money and more effort into Scarface's music or something. I don't know. Truth is, I really don't know what separates them, but all I know is there's a difference. Okay, it just is what it is. There's a difference. Still great music. It is what it is. It's still great music. But again, it's levels. Okay? It's levels to this ish. It ain't no different than Summer Walker. Summer Walker make great music. She don't have access to the kind of music that Beyonce makes, though. Same thing. Mariah the Scientist. All these girls who sing, okay? I won't say all these girls who sing, but a lot of these girls who sing. The quality is just a lot different than what Beyonce coming with. You know, it's different. It's different. It's on a whole nother level. And like that's how I feel about Zero and Scarface. I'm not saying but with all that being said though, I'm not saying Zero can't get with Face though. I'm not gonna say that. But I feel like if it's anybody that could, it would be him. If it's anybody that could, it would be UGK. And vice versa. UGK and Scarface is about the only person that can get with Zero like that. It is what it is because everybody else in Houston, the quality of music is on the same level, except for Sauce, you know, really, except for Sauce. And then La Flip, you know, La Flip has some songs of quality, you know, like real, you know, quality, but like, yeah, now for the most part, yeah, all them other people, you know, your little Kikis. But see, that's the thing too, man. All of them make good music. They do. All of them make good music, and they, you know, if I'm being real, they can give Zero a run. They can. I just don't know if they'll fall short. You know, like for instance, South got some bops you can put up there with Roll, but he gonna run out. Yeah, hold on real quick. Child, yes, the landscapers is out. So it's really time for me to go. But anyway, yes. Yes, Full Stars. It's your girl Shay Renee. I saw, I come good. And we might talk about what we was talking about today, tomorrow. So shout out to that. Hit the like button and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye y'all. I'm out.